Hello and welcome back to Dice Dropping Song of Ice and Fire
So
role-playing game, The
sultry.
Chronicles of House Weirlight.
Smooth jazz.
Things are happening. It's very tense, and unlike what I usually like to do, we're gonna go right back into the action.
Oh God! Okay. Hang on.
Thorsten, you have noticed the man has come in through the window. He does not get surprise on you as he raises an axe. However, at that exact moment, the door opens on the other side. Nymora, this is what you notice. You're talking to Oberon. You hear the door. You turn. You see Kyle walk in.
Oh no! Fuck. Okay.
Kyle sees the man sees
As
a lot of shit going on.
I see him, if I move, is he gonna hit any, like, my sister or Oberon?
You're not sure. He's raised a hatchet. He's looking at you, but when the door opens, he looks over at Kyle. Kyle goes wide, and he then like takes a breath in and just goes, "Guards!" and just starts yelling, "Guards!" He will turn to run, and at that moment, the man with the axe looks at Kyle and will throw an axe at him.
Did we do anything?
Well, it will go over Thorsten and past you, Nymora. So this sounds like if you want to do something, you will have to make a athletics quickness test.
Can I try grabbing it as well?
Yeah, no, Thorsten, you both can make an athletics quickness test.
Okay.
Uh, 12 and 19. Very good. Let's see what this guy can do.
Please, this is all I am good for is muscles.
All I am good for is the muscles. All right, so this is a
Nymora, the Dawn bodybuilder.
I'm just a dumb jock, please. Let me do
a dumb jock with a soft spot for children. Don't hurt
let
her.
Me, yeah, let me snatch this hatchet out of the fucking air like a monk, please.
17.
Nymora.
Yeah, so Nymora, you can do something. However, you only have 1 degree of success, which means you cannot catch it.
So
the only thing you can do
I will put my body. Yeah.
Is put your body, which means it will automatically hit you.
Yes. Fuck yeah. All right.
If you had 2 degrees of success, I would have let you roll to try and knock it away. But
I don't think I could have gotten much higher than 19.
No, you did good. I mean, you did it, right? Like, so yeah, you will put yourself in harm's way.
I just lunge up out of my chair and just like throw my shoulder in the path of the path of the axe.
All right, cool. So let's see. What is in your dress? What is your current combat defense?
12.
12. Okay. So that's 2 degrees of success.
I'm fast.
Yeah.
No
so
soak.
that it will be no soak, unfortunately. So that means you're going to take it's not that bad. It is +1. So yeah, so you're gonna take 7 points.
Okay.
And of course, you can't reduce any of it, which is unfortunate.
She's been worse.
Yeah, for sure. So 7 points off your health, which I think is a pretty significant blow to you.
It is, and blood just starts like.
Yeah, it embeds it definitely like embeds itself into your shoulder as you kind of like get in the way. Because that would have because Kyle has 6 health, so that would have just killed him. Also, his combat defenses, I will
0.
warn you, very low. No,
He's
it's
fast.
I could have saved him.
It's 6.
I could have saved him.
It's all agility, is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking fast.
So you intercept thing. Kyle keeps running, and yelling for the guard.
I'm gonna block the door.
Yeah, absolutely. The man now doesn't have an axe in his hand. So I will say he went. Nymora kind of intercepted. I'm gonna say that's kind of your turn. You're now just going ha. Just
I really want to take this axe out of my shoulder, but everything
it
that
hurts.
Thorsten,
it hurts real bad.
Everything that Thorsten has done to me in the past tells me that I shouldn't.
Yeah, okay, Thorsten, it is your go. This guy is right fucking next to you. He does not have a weapon in his hand currently. What would you like to do?
Is he still in the window?
No, he has stepped out of it.
Okay.
He is in front of it.
How tall is the window? Like, is it like a normal window height, or is it
I mean,
taller?
it's a grand height. It's a castle window.
I mean, we're on the ground. We're on the ground.
You're
floor,
on the
aren't
ground
we?
floor, yeah.
Okay. I am going to reach into my bag and just grab anything that's made of glass containers and just throw it at him. That's really all I can do.
Absolutely. So please roll marksman, Chip.
Great. This is gonna suck.
2.
I only roll 1 die.
Yeah, I know you do. You're really deficient at it. So yeah, you just see Thorsten just like and it's not even near him. Like it's just like the guy is almost like, what the fuck? Thorsten, every time you throw, you're like, nah, and you're like, you're strong, but then like it just slips out of your hand and kind of just like drops at your feet. You are not proficient. Would you say Thorsten might be panicking a little bit?
He is panicked in the sense of what's going on, not necessarily because of combat, just because of his sister's here. Nimora was just hurt.
Yeah, the stakes are high. The stakes are high.
Yeah, the stakes are higher, and it's not like a full like panic. Like, I mean, because I deal with triage and stuff like that,
Oh,
so I'm
sure,
used to that kind of stuff. It's more of just like, oh shit,
What the
this
fuck do I
person's here to
do?
kill everybody.
Yeah, you're not used to this kind of shit. You're
Yeah.
not used to someone coming after you.
Exactly.
Like this.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you're not really at your best, and you're just trying to do the best you can. Fantastic. Okay, Oberyn and Carmilla are just not able to really do anything. Once again, Oberyn's got a dagger that he's kind of clutching, and he's just like, you fucking come over here, I'll fucking kill you. He's not pointing at him. He's just like, it's a wall.
It's a little off center.
Oh, it's pretty far off center. Like he's there and he's pointing over there. He's just like,
is he worse than me?
Debatable. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah. So it is back to the shadowy figure. The shadowy figure like pulls on their belt, and it's another hatchet. See that you're injured, seeing that these two are fucked. Kyle's gone. He sprinted out. He's gone. So you just hear like looks over at Thorsten and goes directly for you.
He's this.
Thorsten, what is your combat defense?
My combat defense is 9.
Hey, not
bulky.
fucking shabby.
Bulky boy. It's your endurance, yeah?
All my stats that give me it are all 3. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Here we go. 10. He gets you. Yeah, so that would mean so you are going to so you're going to take you don't have any soak, you're just wearing robes. So you're going to take 4 points of damage.
Okay, so because when it comes to combat, I really don't pay attention all that much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't do combat.
No, sure. Ask any question
so
you need.
When it comes to damage, how much and life and stuff, what is that for me? Because I don't think I've ever seen that or is it your comp?
So your health.
Yeah, it's 3 times your endurance.
So, okay, so it would be 9. 9.
9, yeah.
Okay.
So you
And
have,
so
you
I
have
can
not,
take basically up to 9 damage before I'm dead,
You start
basically.
taking you start taking injuries.
you'll start taking injuries.
Okay.
Well, actually, here's the thing: if your health goes away completely, you're unconscious. You can mitigate points of damage to your health by taking wounds and injuries. A wound, basically will, I think it
-1 dice on all tests.
Yeah.
Where
So
an
here
injury
it
is
is.
-1
Yeah,
on all
so if you
tests.
take if you take an injury, I believe you can. I think it's. Hold on. You know what? Let's review. How about we review? That's fun.
Yeah.
Learning.
Well, I got it as a non-combat character.
Yeah, you're a non-combat
So-
person.
Such
Dude,
a Thorsten
absolutely.
thing to do. Let's learn.
Let's learn. So an injury is a minor, rarely fatal wound. Anytime you take damage, you can accept an injury to reduce the damage taken by an amount equal to your endurance rank. Each injury you accept imposes a -1 penalty to the results of all tests you take. You cannot accept more injuries than your endurance rank. Wounds. Some attacks are so brutal and so deadly, the only way you can overcome them is by accepting a wound. A wound removes all damage taken from a single hit in exchange for taking -1 dice on all tests. If the number of wounds taken equals your endurance rank, you die.
Okay, so basically I can take 3 wounds and 3 injuries before I'm... Or
Yeah,
2 wounds, 2 injuries, and up to 8 damage before I'm basically screwed.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Health damage doesn't reduce your effectiveness in any way unless it reduces your health to 0 or less, at which point you are out of the fight. If you hit 0, you're done. There's nothing more you can do. So something that I would also like to state, something that our lovely Lady Vivian did. Before a fatal blow happens, you have to say it before. You can burn, and I do mean burn, get rid of it forever, a destiny point to say, I survive. Or really state any outcome you want, as long as you accept that you have lost, essentially.
Yeah.
And if you're just like, okay, I know whatever is going to happen, I just want to survive, there will be probably horrible consequences to some degree, or maybe there's
Like what happened with
consequences.
Vivian.
Yeah, like Vivian lost basically her some of her health, essentially, and her effectiveness as like just hardiness as a person. But hers was lighter because there was the bad guy didn't win, right? They were restrained, and shit went pretty well in that situation. You don't know what could happen in this one. So I just want to remind you of that. So you've taken 4 points of damage. You can state you want to take an injury from that if you want to reduce it by 3, or you just say, no, I'm good here. Like I'm
taking all 4 as just 4 hit to my HP.
Absolutely. So
then my question is, what is rolled to grab and grapple someone? Athletics?
Grappling someone is fighting.
Fighting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
I figured.
To grab someone is fighting. To keep hold of them is strength. But you will have to get a fighting test to get your hands on them first, unfortunately.
Okay.
Now, if someone grapples you, then that's a different story.
Okay, I figured.
Wriggle out of there like a slippery fish.
Little slippery fish. Yeah, so they have slashed at you with your axe. It hits your forearm. You have like in cop dramas, it would be like you have a defensive wound. But yeah, you have a slash on your arm, just like fuck. Yeah. So Nymora, you're up. There's an axe in you. It hurts.
There is an axe in me.
It hurts.
Now, I don't have my I don't have my PDF anymore.
All right, what do you need? I can give you anything you need.
Damage for a hatchet versus damage for a sword.
The sword will do more damage.
All right. So yeah, with I guess I'm not taking the hatchet out.
The hatchet basically just does your athletics and damage. The sword is your athletics +1.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna grab for my sword and
Yeah.
I'm going to try and just stab this man.
Just stab this motherfucker.
Just
Absolutely.
yeah, just stab this motherfucker.
Yeah. So
fighting.
Yeah, it's fighting, just straight fighting. What? 3 6s. I hate you so much because this guy has such a high combat defense, but you still.
Dumb jock, that's all I do.
So that's 3 degrees of success. Hold, I need to check if it's 10 over or doubling. That's what I need to look at right now. Hold on, I need to look at the crit thing.
Okay.
1 second, because you might. Okay, here it is. Okay, I got it.
Let's just kill him. that would suck.
Stab him through the throat.
Okay, critical hits.
I'm sorry, Tony. When you eventually kill Nymora, I will make a less effective character.
Nah, you're good. This is what you're shit. This is the reason you're here, right? Like that's the shit. Rolling a critical. Here we go. You would. Okay, yeah, so it's double. You have to double his combat defense. Okay, you didn't double his combat defense. So you don't crit. Okay. However, you do what's your athletics?
My athletics is 4.
So you do 15 damage to him though. Yeah. So he's gonna take an injury.
All right.
Sorry, a wound. He's gonna take a wound. To just mitigate that. So you just come in, swing your sword. He moves out of the way from you, impaling him in anywhere like vital. But you do fucking stab him in like a body cavity, and you pull back, and a spout of blood goes like.
You can hear the sucking from like a punch.
Oh yeah, lung. It is it's definitely like kind of weird noise, and a pop of blood comes out. You've dealt him a serious wound.
Yay.
Absolutely. Excellent. Thorsten, now that it's your turn, I'm gonna need you to make an endurance resistance test.
What is the I did not mean to roll that just yet.
Sure.
I meant to for resistance, like is this to basically check my composure basically?
No, this is to resist a foreign substance.
Okay, and then that is my roll.
Okay.
Give me...
No, absolutely.
I am going to use lucky and re-roll that.
Okay.
I'll take that. It's better.
Listen,
obviously.
In this game, the degree of which you fail or succeed matters a lot.
Yeah.
So I would say that is a better roll.
Do you want to use a destiny point to bump it up by 1?
Would you like to use a destiny point to bump it up to 12? You do know TNs go up by degrees of 3.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. So you got 12. That's really good, Thorsten.
Oh.
You don't beat it. However, once you move into 12, you've only failed by a single degree.
Matters.
Yeah, no, it matters a lot. Like a lot. So, Thorsten, this is what instead of completely tripping and going basically nuts, you instead feel the need to vomit incredibly badly, and just for everything in your body wants to expel itself. Let's just say that.
Okay.
So if you want to let that happen and just start vomiting, we don't need to do anything. That happens. If you want to try and not vomit right now, we can make a roll.
What kind of roll would that be?
It's an endurance roll.
It's an endurance roll?
It's an endurance roll. I will, because you spent a destiny point, I will let you decide where you vomit.
directly in his face.
Or his wound.
That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna vomit into his wound.
Game of Thrones.
Awful.
Game of
Awful.
Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Infections everywhere.
Actually, can I alter that to where I get up and I press my face into his wound and vomit? That way, more gets into him.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it's gonna require.
Spiteful.
It's gonna require a test.
He has a weapon in his hand.
That is so spiteful. Oh,
Listen, he's trying to kill him. Like, I think
Yeah,
all's fair.
I'm just very shocked that you're going to go into the arms of a man who's still holding his weapon.
Listen, it's ballsy. I like it.
He's got more problems than me without a weapon. Nymora's got a sword.
Yeah, but you're
Thorson's a
possibly
Weirlight.
blocking her with the sword by doing that.
Not really. I'll say that he's on the ground, right? Like
Very skilled.
I'm on the bed, basically.
Yeah,
where
I mean
I've
you've kind of been off to the side. So
and I'm very skilled.
I'm going to need I'm going to need you to make I'm really sorry. I'm going to need you to make a fighting test.
Of course.
If you want to
That's
the TN was 6, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
throw up in his eyes.
You just throw up on him. You're not sure if
Yeah.
it got in the wound or not. You're just like, ugh, and just start vomiting all the shit you've eaten today. And also your robes are ruined now.
Again.
Yeah, Nymora, you immediately know something's wrong with Thorsten. That
I can't do shit about it.
that axe might have been laced, and you know you have an axe in you.
I mean, I'm going to have to take it out, aren't I?
Perhaps. It is now this man's turn. You fucking stabbed the shit out of him.
I did.
Nymora. So he in turn, how can he do this? Assassins are so weird. Hold on, sorry.
The last time I fought,
I built this guy like 3 months ago. Like, can he do that? He doesn't have to move. That's dope. Yeah, okay. So, Nymora, fucking wounded, right? Vomit now on him. You have a sword. You're kind of obviously giving your left side a little open because the fucking axe is in it.
There's a hatchet in it, yes.
But you've got your sword. The shadowy figure looks at you, and then suddenly flicks his hand, and Nymora, you're like, oh no, because I think you've experienced this before. No, it's not a knife. It is a flash of powder.
Oh, cool. Can I close my eyes really quickly?
Yeah, well, let's see if you can. So yeah, they're going to hit you with blinding powder. So
do I need to roll for this?
Oh no, you're good. It's not coming. It's not coming to you.
He's throwing it in my eyes, not yours.
It is specifically Nymora's. All right, so I need to know. Yep, the wound is marked. Good. So I need to throw. They're going to 13. I think that hits
13.
you.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so now you are going to make an endurance resistance test.
Okay.
You got this. 12. That is really good. You unfortunately do fail. However, you are only blind for a single round.
I'm going to try and stab him anyways.
I know you are. I love it. Yeah, it gets in your eyes. You meant most of it kind of you bat away and doesn't get in. But
coughing.
Everything does go white, and you're like, God, and it burns so badly. Yeah, it's fucking ancient tear gas just into your eyes.
Just fucking salt and lemon juice in my eyes, man.
Real bad. So that happens. However, throw attack. Here we go. And then trying to drive the weapon once again into Thorsten. Does have a wound, so it's not going to be as good. But where is it? There you are. Found you. Here we go.
That goes above my
12.
combat defense.
It does. It does. However, it is only a single. It's only a single degree of success.
Remember that you can take injuries.
Yeah. So you're going to take another 4 points of damage.
I'm going to take an injury on that.
Oh, okay. So that reduces it by 3, I believe.
Yeah,
that's
your endurance. 1 point.
So you only take 1 point. So it slams it into your back again. You're just like, but your tough physique is holding strong. Yeah, listen. Mostly near the guess, but Kyle's doing it. Kyle's doing
quick.
his best.
Kyle's so fast, guys.
I know, that's the hope.
I'm slightly disappointed I didn't murder Kyle, but
look at Jesse's face. He's not pleased.
No. I think he's frozen.
It's
but
possible.
but yeah, so excellently done. Nymora, it is your turn.
Blind, enraged.
Yep.
This motherfucker.
Yeah.
What is my
Do you want to try and hit him? Do you want to try and hit him?
What is my detriment for trying to hit him? Because I am going to try.
Yeah. It's so it is for being blind for 1 round of this powder, -3 dice. Fuck.
So I can spend a destiny point to give myself a
bonus die.
A bonus die.
A bonus die.
Okay. I will give myself I will spend a destiny point to get a bonus die.
Bonus die and long blades? Absolutely.
So they're going to do.
Please excuse our cameras for a hot second. There's some tech stuff going on.
I'm not whoever it says I am.
That's I have -3 die. Hang on.
Yeah, no, you're not Clarissa.
Nope.
So it would be.
But I am a pretty Clarissa.
Hang on, I'll just reroll that.
Yeah.
Fucking 2 dice.
10. Unfortunately, that will miss.
Yeah.
So you're blind and you just swing wild. You're trying to stay high because Thorsten is basically just below you on his knees. So you're doing your best to not hit Thorsten, and unfortunately that makes you kind of hit Y, so he just ducks down quite easily. But you're beginning to like blink it out of your eyes and get it back in. So Thorsten, you're on your knees. You've just soiled yourself and vomited. However, after that, you feel okay. You're not sure what he did to make you think, but whatever it is isn't a poison that is often used on weapons. I know who you are. I know even though you're dying, you might be like, what did he put on on that?
That's exactly what I was thinking as I was puking. I'm like, what is this?
Because this isn't a standard poison anyone would put on their weapons if it does this,
Yeah.
If anything, I won't even give your base roll. I'm just gonna give this to you. You're pretty sure he put some kind of medicine on the axe, but it would have an adverse effect when introduced to the bloodstream.
Just play. What? I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused.
Yep. Thorsten, what do you want to do? You vomited. You've soiled yourself. However, that's it. You're done. You seem okay now. Besides, like the injury and the bleeding.
Yeah, obviously that's the big one. Is this guy this guy's all clad in black, basically?
Yeah.
Head to toe,
it's dark. Like there's like navy blues, blacks, also some like just like varying colors of gray as well. Like they're completely wrapped up. It's just like the reflection on their eyes that you can kind of see. You can't even tell what color they are. You just know there are eyes in there. But every part of them is completely wrapped. In fact, this might even be a woman. You're really not sure. The way it's wrapped, it's very stylistically chosen to just be a shadowy figure.
Yeah. There's not much I can really do except, can I try to trip him?
You want to try and trip him?
Yeah. I mean, that's like really it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that is a fighting maneuver. I am sorry.
If you've got Destiny die, would you like to throw one in?
That everything has to do with that. But yeah.
I'm not going to spend a Destiny die because no matter what, unless it's a 6, it won't be re-rolled.
Yeah.
So, because I've only got one.
Yeah. I will say, I'm just going to tell you, you're not going to be able to trip him with one die.
Figured. I know.
So, if there's anything else you want to do, there are. If you can ask about the room, you can ask about grabbing something or doing something, like anything you want.
Under the bed.
What is around the room? Is there not necessarily a weapon, but or something that I could use to shield myself with?
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, actually, there would be. Yeah, there is an incredibly large sterling platter on the table just behind you. That's kind of the size of a shield.
I will grab that.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. You fucking reach back and grab that, and you're just like, fuck. Yeah, I'll count that. You're not proficient with shields, but I will increase your defense, your combat defense by 2 temporarily, as you're just like,
so 11.
Yeah, just like,
okay,
please no.
Can I use it to blind him from the sun?
It's a little more difficult.
Laser his eyes out.
Laser his eyes
pew,
out.
Pew, pew.
Can I use my smarts to readjust the lights?
So
I would like to use the mirror shield to hit the crystal.
Yeah. So, this man, this shadowy figure, what is she gonna do? Oh. Sorry, I'm looking through their stuff. They have so much weird stuff. I feel unprepared. Okay, good work, you guys. Yeah, Thorsten, you got a thing now. Yeah, I think they kind of step back, and their arm flicks open and like a wreath, like a scarf of black kind of folds over, and they have a weird device on their arm, and they click it, and a bolt shoots out, and it seems to be going directly to Thorsten.
Why?
It's true, Naimora. You are clearly the bigger threat.
Knowledge is power. They're afraid of knowledge.
That's absolutely it.
They're not as good at this, though. And yeah.
Damn it.
Just gets you. Just gets you. All right. So you are going to take 5 damage.
Christ. I'm going to take a wound.
Yeah, you can take a wound. All right, yeah. So, Thorsten, that goes like right here. Just maybe 2 inches above your heart. And you don't know if it nicks something important, but the moment that bolt enters you, you suddenly feel really cold. And you're like, well, this is probably bad. You're fairly certain you have suffered a near fatal wound. And I am going to need you to make an endurance resistance test.
Give me one moment. Yeah, that's it. I mean,
You can burn a destiny. Remember,
I can burn a destiny. I'll burn a destiny to make it 9. That was my last destiny.
So you can spend a destiny to make it 9. But if you want to burn one, you can just say, okay, I'm out of this fight, but I survive.
Okay, real quick before I do that.
Yeah.
If I've spent a destiny, can I still burn it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It just means that you can.
It just won't regenerate again.
Yeah, but I will say you can only state you burn a destiny before I state you're essentially dead.
Yeah.
So
I will.
Yeah. Do it.
I will burn a destiny point to bow out of this. Just so.
Okay. Yeah. So you feel really cold. Your eyes roll back into your head, and you fall over. Nymora. So to you, what's your medicine? Your healing, excuse me.
2. Thorsten's dead.
Yeah. From what you think, Thorsten's dead. He just killed him. He looks like he shot him in the heart. However, it is your turn.
Yeah, and I'm not blinded anymore.
You are not.
Yeah. So I am going to spend another destiny point to give myself another bonus die in long blades.
Absolutely.
It's because they refresh every time. I have 3, so
yeah.
Why not? I'll save one in the bank. Okay, fighting. Back up to 5 fighting, lads.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. That is 2 degrees of success. So I believe that's 10 damage, yeah. I will say they do have leathers on, so they are minusing a few.
They are soaking, but yeah, as I'm just slashing at them, if you're going to kill my friends, then at least give me the pleasure of seeing the face of the person that I'm going to murder.
Yeah, they definitely do not respond to you at all.
All I make is grandiose gestures. I don't know how to do any other one.
Yeah, it was just that. All right. Yeah, so they slash it them. So yeah, Thorsten's out. This person with the axe still in their hand, they pull out a dagger. It is definitely like a weird looking dagger. It's like fat and kind of it's a little strange. I would say, what's your awareness, Nymora?
2.
What's your cunning?
Also 2.
Okay, never mind.
I don't care.
Kill, murder.
Dumb jock.
Understood. Yeah. So this person just dagger just this person, despite you obviously being very skilled, does not seems like they're fucking they're going for it. Gonna try to stab you. They are wounded, so it's not like they're gonna get a great result here, but
no.
Yeah, I don't think that hits you.
Does not.
Yeah, they just at you, and then the dagger comes in, which they are worse with. Not by much, but they definitely are worse with it. Yep.
Nope.
Yep. So they both just, and you just jump back. You're having a pitched battle in this bedroom that not an hour ago you were having a very heightened experience.
This is some weird. This is gonna make some weird associations later on, I think.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah. No, this is gonna fuck with you.
Yeah. All right. And they're still in it. They're still trying to kill me.
Yeah, they're in it. They're there.
All right. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm just gonna keep at them. At this point, I really don't care if I kill them. Sorry, everybody, but I'm gonna try and stab them again.
Yeah, go for it.
No longer have a bonus in long blades. 18.
Yeah, you get them. So that's going to be 5. They're going to reduce that a bit. You kind of just catch it in their leathers, but you do manage to deal some damage. They're just going to take that. This person seems highly reliant on their own speed and quickness. But clearly, you are definitely more skilled at them in close range fighting. Clearly, they beat you by a lot in like throwing weapons and marksmanship.
Now that you closed the distance, though.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, it's their go. On their left arm this time, they're going to flick their wrist, and another like scarf opens, and you see the same device on their left arm, and they're going to shoot a bolt at you at close quarters, which they have a thing that they can do that. So, however, it does not change.
Shenanigans.
I call shenanigans. It is. It's quite shenanigans. It doesn't matter.
Nope.
Rolled like shit. Yeah. It shoots you, just ting, and just hit it off. Yeah. When that happens, they just like their head starts just like cocking left and right and looking around and scanning things.
No, you don't, motherfucker.
You notice people in fighting. You fought like against assassins before. Those like weird dudes, right?
Yeah.
Even they like they the weird cult ones, they still like shivered and panicked and whatever. This person seems like super calm and just kind of looking around, looks at you, and looks like has perhaps decided something. Yeah. Well, that's all they can do. It is your turn, Nymora.
And it is impossible to tell how hurt they are.
I will say, because your base ranks of your skills, I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
if you were like a little more cunning, if you were a little more then yeah, I'd probably give you more, but
I gotta save all that sweet experience to become a knight. To become a knight in truth.
Yeah.
So I mean, that feels like they're gonna try and make a break for it.
Okay.
Can I try and grapple them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it's a fighting test.
Okay. 16. Awful.
Nope. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
I am so sorry, but unfortunately, that is not high enough.
Don't you have destiny points or stuff to spend?
I have one left.
Do you want to spend it to increase it to 17?
No. Yeah, that's not a.
But like you could use one to reroll if you want to.
Well, I can't reroll now.
You're going against their combat defense, I will say.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily a rule of threes.
Oh, true. Your choice.
And spending it doesn't burn it forever. Like this is.
Yeah, it's just spent.
Like.
Okay.
You don't know if 17.
What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'll spend one and I'll increase it to 17.
Okay, you do it.
Ah!
Their combat defense is 17.
Jesus.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yep. Listen, if well, I'm not gonna
Why
do
are they
that
so
yet.
fast? Why are they so fast? I put them in a headlock and I put the sword up against their throat.
No, not with that. With 1 degree
Yeah.
of success, you latch onto their side and are pulling at their clothes and trying to.
Yeah, fine. I just try and grab them.
Yeah, you are grabbing at them and trying to hold them and lock them in place. Yeah, they don't. Not the biggest fan of that. Just personally, not the biggest fan. However, you are much closer now. Yeah, I think they're going to do it. You're kind of grappling at them. Your heads are kind of close. You like look, trying to get a better look at them. They look down at you. Their right arm that's free comes up and moves their thing down to reveal their mouth.
Don't you dare.
What?
Could be some poison ivy bullshit is what this is gonna be.
Yeah, and they're with a fighting roll, they're going to try and kiss you.
Is it a nice mouth? Aesthetically speaking.
Is your awareness like 2, right?
Yeah.
Nothing bad jumps out about it to you in your head.
All right.
Nothing about it looks creepy or scary or weird. It looks.
There's at least that.
Yeah, there's at least that.
It's not a snake mouth. It's fine.
It's not a snake mouth. No, it is a quite a nice person mouth. God, how are they gonna pull this off? Yeah, they're gonna
my awareness is 2. I don't smell anything except blood.
Yeah, they're gonna burn a plot point.
The fuck does No.
Yeah. That's what I like to call bad guys who have destiny points. I like to call it plot points. Just for funsies. But yeah, they're gonna burn a plot point to temporarily not suffer the effects of their wound, so they can come at you at full force. What is this roll? That's nuts. No way. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, sure. I love games where you can combine weird shit to like have an effect, like Vampire does it and this game does it. Like,
dare I ask what the combination of skills required to kiss someone aggressively?
Fighting and seduction.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
Listen, there are weird books for people from weird places and shit happens. All right, this might not even hit you though, because this is still not a great roll, I will say. Boop.
Yeah, you say that, but
it gets you. All right, so you look at them, and very surprisingly, they just go, and they just kiss you, and you feel their like tongue enter your mouth.
Yeah.
And before you're able to like bite down on it or anything to resist, I think you're just like a little like, what? Because this doesn't happen. We are stabbing each other. Yeah, you feel a liquid pour into your mouth. And it is sweet and cold.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to make an endurance resistance test.
Mm-hmm. All right. I don't have any destiny points left.
The only if you have to burn it to survive it, but you'd be out of it.
You can also, I will say, so you can do that, or you can also burn a destiny point if it's feasible. You can justify something to me of why something saves you, right? Like I've in parts of the game you can be like Diedrich has done this actually. To have like Jean and people just show up and save.
Henric
like,
did it.
Yeah, Henric did it. It's if it's feasible, right?
Yeah.
You can just justify something to me, or you can be like, storyteller, a narrator, I am in your hands, kind of thing. So what do you? Or you can burn it to just be like, I'm out, but I survive.
Okay.
But you also know there could be consequences to that.
I know. If they had it in their mouth, I'm not worried about it being something that's deadly. Because that's a dumb way to deliver a poison that's deadly.
Unless you're immune to it.
So. All right. Christ. 2 destiny points burned in 1 combat.
It's a dicey situation.
It is.
Listen, if you had your armor, you would have murdered this person. Or your spear. Like, I know that for a second. Assassins are good in one situation, and that is when you are not expecting them.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to burn a destiny point.
Okay.
But what I'm going to burn it for is for the guards to arrive.
Okay. So I will say for burning a destiny point, if you let it, I will let that happen, or you can take, I will not tell you what it is, but you can take my bargain as well for another thing to happen. So would you prefer guards or the mystery box?
Because I don't want Camilla or Oberyn to die.
Yeah, you don't want Camilla or Oberyn to die. That I will say that could be a part of the mystery box.
Yeah.
Mystery
Is
box.
them dying?
No, not them dying. No.
I trust you enough to not make a game unenjoyable for the sake of a mystery box.
Sure.
So fuck me up, GM.
All right, bam! Mystery box. This person releases this poison into you and comes back and smiles. You start shaking violently and feeling this coldness throughout, and your body begins to start to like lock up really bad. And you look up at them, they smile at you, and then suddenly a curved gold blade is driven into their clavicle as a naked Oberyn Martell has finally pulled himself to the edge of the bed and just drives it into them. The person goes, "Ah!" and screams and just falls back out the window, leaving a huge trail of blood.
I had a feeling that that's what it was going to be.
Thanks,
Oberyn then immediately reaches down at all of the glass and shit that Thorson has thrown, reaches down for like a weird thing, and just shoves it into your mouth. He just goes, "Just take it. Just put it in. Just take it all the way in."
I hope to be communicating with my eyes that this is the only time that he will be allowed to tell me this.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. And then you start to vomit, and then you pass out.
Yep. All right.
Great. So that was fun. That's definitely this is gonna be a situation. Tiedric, Vivian, Mariella, Henric. The welcome feast is underway. People are having a wondrous time. The noise in here is cacophonous, but it's not oppressive. It's wonderful because everyone here is just enjoying themselves.
This lamb is delicious.
Yeah, Henric,
So
you're by the way, your lamb is decorated, is infused with pineapple.
Oh my god.
You're having a pineapple. It's very sweet. It's very nice. Wormwood wouldn't shut up about pineapples. And you're like,
no idea what it was, but
you're like, yeah, well, you've heard some people like talk about them and they're kind of like high end. So you're like, sure, yeah, let's have pineapples.
That's so cute.
And yeah, you're like, oh yeah, pineapples.
I see it. Yeah.
Some people are like, it's whatever, but like no one wants to say it's not good because then they seem like, hay seeds, like outcrier bumpkins.
Unrefined, yes.
Exactly. But things are having a great swing. It's been a bit. Teacher, you haven't seen Kyle in a minute. However, suddenly you feel a shadow over you, Tiedric, and a hand touch your shoulder, and you know the only person who does that is either Clarissa doesn't touch you, so it's Orton. And Orton comes down and whispers to you. He goes, "There's a situation, my lord."
I'll be right there.
Like,
I'll lean over to my wife. I've got a few things to take care of. I'll be right back. Keep them entertained.
Darling, of course.
And I will get up and...
Yeah, Henric, Mariella, you see your father get up with Orton and go somewhere. I'm just giving you the opportunity if you want it.
Does he look at us at all or anything? Or is he just going?
Don't think so.
It makes no sense for Mariella considering the relationship with Orton that she has. It's like it's non-existent. So it's like this could be a normal thing. I haven't seen how he interacts with my father over the past 2 years.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, Henric, you've been there. Do you want to follow them? Or are you good?
I know Orton's done the same thing to me, I think, a few times. So like my alert immediately goes up. Yeah, I'll excuse myself from the table and see if I can just follow them.
If you excuse yourself, and you go, very, very well. Hope you come back soon. And everyone else is just like, yes, Lord Henric, yeah. So you see Henric has just like followed behind you. Orton leads you behind like the grand pion, where Henric, you see, looks like your father's backup weapons have been stored in a sort of secret area. Just in case.
There's also a box, relatively sword length.
There is a box there.
So
both
an interesting box.
There, and he goes, Lord Henric, there's a situation that is yes, there's a situation that is currently unfolding. I can't give you all the details, but
as soon as he says that, I lean over and I pick up my tower shield and my bastard sword.
He goes, that won't be necessary, my lord.
Calm down.
One would say.
Cedric, please.
Kyle contacted me. Prince Oberyn, your sister Camilla, your brother Thorsten, and Sir Nymora have all been assaulted and poisoned by an unknown assailant. The guards arrived. They have secured them. We believe, I looked over them, I believe all of them will survive. The only one currently conscious is Prince Oberyn, but he's delusional. He doesn't make much sense with what he speaks. Currently, Clarissa is on the hunt for the exact details of the situation. But I wanted to make you and Lord Henric, of course, up to beat that you are not required, my lord. Your people are dealing with this. So if you want to maintain your strength, you are free to. Everything is in hand. We believe that the assailant will be caught within not long. And no more. Kyle is fine. Others are injured, but we do not believe anything is fatal.
I will actually look down towards my son. Or maybe eye level now.
Yeah. A little. Yeah, he kind of is. And you look over at Henric. Yeah, Henric, your father he's deferred to you.
I just look at Orton's like, no, Clarissa's handling it. Is she alone? Where is she?
No, she has a trusted party with her.
Okay. How long's it been since this attack happened?
Not long.
Okay.
Any extra orders, my lord, or should we just carry on as we are?
Carry on as you are. I think I would like to join you in this as well, especially if.
I think we won't keep you too long. It would be strange if you were gone from your own celebration.
Yes,
Lord Tedric, are these orders sufficient with you?
They seem to be, yes.
Very well. Then please, then you shall, of course.
Just make sure I am alerted immediately when this person is captured.
Of course, I will do it right away, my lord. Well, my lord, and he kind of nods to you, Henric, and gestures for you to go.
Yeah, I'll. Sorry, god damn it. I'll just look at my father, like I'll find who did this, and I'll head off with Orton.
One moment, son. I will reach over and grab the box.
Yeah.
Slide it open.
Aww.
Present him with
So Tedric opens the box, and you recall your ceremonial sword that had all of your family members on it that you received for your birthday several years ago. Currently being presented to you is a long sword, and its blade is black. That's right, everyone. Tedric bought another heirloom for the house. Tedric managed to recover from his contacts in Essos a Valyrian blade. The blade is the same, as Tedric couldn't contact anyone who knows how to work Valyrian steel. However, the hilt has been changed. It is, I believe it is brocaded in platinum, Tedric. And it has almost like a blooming rose, like kind of rose flower-esque with the blade coming out of it. And then has kind of a wide guard that kind of comes down and around that look like vines. Your father has just presented you with a Valyrian steel weapon.
Holy shit.
A tantamount position of a symbol of wealth, power, and worthiness in your culture.
Just like blink, like Henric I think does like a double take. I was like, like if it's real or not. Then Father,
Don't embarrass me in front of Orton.
Orton is like, just does this.
Thank you, Orton.
Stone face, cover eyes.
Thanks, bro.
What a lovely day.
Thank you, Orton. Yeah, I grab the sword and I do that like a forearm man grasp with my father and be like, I won't let you down this time.
All right, good. I'll be off and I'll try and keep them busy.
Yeah, so you attach your Valyrian steel weapon at your side?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So this will do, because it's Valyrian steel, it will do a +1 extra damage. Also, it is unbreakable. No one can shatter your weapon. And in fact, it is much easier for you to shatter other people's weapons with this with it. Yeah, it does not have a name. So
I will work on that.
Yeah. So you put it to your side. Y'all are so fucking rich.
We have two.
You guys had too much influence. You had to do something with it.
I guess we'll get another.
I will say it is literally influence you have to spend to get that, along with coin. But yeah, you guys.
Our power is the ridiculous score. That's the ridiculous one.
All of you are ridiculous. So you go off with Orton. Very good. So yeah, Clarissa.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
You are trailing I'm gonna need you to make an endurance running test. Because these dogs are just going, and Crispin has the energy of a 10-year-old.
Yeah, this is that went exactly as I thought it would. Clary's like watching from a distance, just walking, just like
God
looking
damn
around. Yeah.
Yeah. So you are like trying to huff it, and you're just like, what the fuck? And you start going up some stairs, and then suddenly you turn a corner, and you see the dogs are sniffing at an open window on like a 3rd floor.
Mhm.
And Crispin looks down, and the dogs are looking down too, and he goes, "It's at the base. We have to go." And he runs off, and the dogs follow him, and they just run past you back downstairs.
Okay, where am I?
You are in the old part of the castle, the kind of the kind of retired part. It's still like active, and there's still some activity here, but right now there's no one. Because they're all in the major area in the front part, taking care of everything. They're but you're on like the 3rd floor, facing kind of like the back side in the shadowy part that nobody really kind of hangs out in.
Okay. As soon as I see someone, anyone pretty much, I'm gonna try and grab them and tell them to go get Jaren, who is at the unused shed where the body is.
Yeah, if you want, you can tell Birch to do that.
I would love to. Birch would know him best.
Birch knows that command. You have that command with Birch. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. Reaper's a great sword. But yeah. So you tell Birch to go get Jaren, because you're not really gonna run into really anyone out here.
Sure.
So yeah, Birch will run off to go get Jaren. You run away, and the moment you hit the floor and turn and realize, Clary, what is your cunning?
My cunning, I have a 4 cunning.
You have a 4 cunning? Okay, so that's 4 times 4 is 16. Yeah, so yeah, you know what's directly under that window, 2 stories down.
Is it the room?
It's the room.
Okay. Yeah, I
and-
will tell. Sorry.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no. You would tell what?
I'll tell Crispin that's the room. Somebody just left that room.
Yeah, so he goes, shit, and starts picking up the pace. Do you start running, or are you just like...
I'm like, God. You know what? I'm gonna try and get... They're probably going after whatever that scent is.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to the window instead.
Well, that's
look
where
out the window. No, not the bottom window, the one that we're at right now. So the 3rd floor window. And just look out and survey the grounds.
Yeah, yeah, make an awareness notice test.
What?
Holy fuck! Well, that doesn't add to anything, so but yeah, 24. Yeah, in the distance, out from like on the ground and out, you see there's like some discoloration on the grass, and going around one of the back support ends that kind of lead to the gardens, coming around a hedge, you see a figure in black like stumbling, coming out. So you see exactly where they're going.
All right. If Crispin's not gone yet, I will point out the figure to him and say.
Oh, Crispin's long gone at this point, but you know he's about to be directly under you.
Great. I will wait for Crispin to pass me like a ship in the night.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Perfect. Yeah, she'll yell out and point to where the figure was.
Yeah, absolutely. He nods, and him and Gregus run off. Where do you go now?
Oh, brilliant question. Okay, Birch is getting... Okay, I'm gonna go down to the room.
Okay, do you jump down like a superhero, or you just walking?
I'm just walking.
I vault out the window.
Yeah.
By the time you get into the room, you see several guards are in here, and they are securing people. Thorsten is bleeding and has a... What's your healing?
Nothing. 2.
2. Okay. To you, it looks like Thorsten has a bolt through his heart and he's not moving. Nymora is on the ground and has like a splatter of discolored vomit next to her unmoving body. Oberyn is still kind of moving, but this looks really bad. What would you like to do? You see the scene, there are guards, places. You see Kyle's here.
For some reason.
Talking to one of the guards. He goes, "It was a shadowy figure," and and he or she, I don't really know. They were gonna kill people, so I just came, and they're just like talking to the guards and describing. So, what would you like to do, Clarissa?
I need to go find. I know that this involves 2 of Ashelica's guards, and I need to go find her. So that's my first thought.
Yeah. How would you like to do that?
I have to go to the hall, I assume.
Yep. All right. So
no, I'm gonna go to their rooms first and see if I can find her handmaid or somebody who waits on her.
yeah, okay. So by the time you like turn around, Birch comes in, and Jaren's there. You see he's got the breastplate on, and he's got his sword in his hand, and he's just like staring at you.
Yeah,
and then he looks in the room, and his face goes awful, and then hard, and then like looks at you.
He went out the window around the hedge. We don't. I think it's Ashelica's guard. I don't know for sure. The dogs picked up the scent.
He goes, alive or dead?
Alive.
And just fucking runs past you, and stops for a second, and like just touches Nymora's head for like half a second, and then just jumps fully out the window and just starts Terminator sprinting, like towards the area you told.
I can just see.
Does he take Birch with him?
Birch is like looking for a command from you to what you should do with him.
Okay, I will tell. This is such a. I'm gonna tell Birch to go with him and come back to me when it's done.
Yeah, he runs and jumps out the room. Yeah. So, do you say anything to the guards? There are several guards here, and you are still technically a steward. You can kind of tell them what to do.
Yeah, I think something that they already know, but she explains discretion. This is to be kept quiet until we know what we're dealing with.
One of the guards goes, "They're all severe. There are several other maesters here. I also think Thorsten had an apprentice. What should we do about them?" Billy, yeah, you know Thorsten has a apprentice.
Sure.
It was basically it's a servant kid who got really who was interested in like mixing stuff with Thorsten. Thorsten taught him a lot of stuff. He does,
Okay.
he doesn't know anything about the blood shit, but he does know some medicine. Thorsten, what was his name? His name is Duncan. Was his name?
I think so. Can't remember, and
It's so long ago.
Mhm.
Like a year ago.
Yeah.
We'll
He was
say
brought
it's
up
Duncan.
once.
Cool.
Yeah, that works. Duncan.
Okay,
It's
do I
spelled
think
weird.
Sure. Do I think the Dolvers Maester is here?
No, the Dolvers Maester isn't here. No.
Okay. So then it would be the Ashford's Maester would be.
The Ashford's Maester is here. Yeah.
That's dangerous, but I think they're dead.
Yeah. You also know the Primaris's Maester is here.
That's
Magoo.
brilliant. I will do that. I will ask for Duncan and the Primaris's Maester.
All right,
acquire them.
Maester Magoo.
Oh yeah, that guy. Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. Do you want to wait for them to get here to explain the situation, or do you just go?
Oof. Yeah, because Orton's nowhere near here.
Not at the moment.
I have to stay here, so
Okay.
I will stay here.
Absolutely. So some guards disperse, others like just take up position. They're fucking ready. Some time passes, and you hear like a tapering of a cane. And turning the corner, you see Duncan. He's like holding the hand, and you see a maester with just the fucking thickest rings of chains you've ever seen. Like, Thorsten has a ton of chains. This dude has probably double the amount Thorsten has. He is also, in your eyes, over 100 years old. This man is ancient. His hair is so white, it kind of just looks like light coming out of his skin. He's got
That's your eyes.
almost no hair on top, just a little fuzz, but like a huge beard, not long, but just like sticking out. And he turns the corner and goes, "Okay, and some folk are injured. Like, you have to
Beautiful.
guide me. Is someone in front of me?
I think
Smells like a woman."
yeah, she'll kind of reach her hand out and touch his shoulder and say, Steward Clarissa Astorwood.
Clarissa Ashford. Thorsten has told me of you. He says you're very
Yes.
clever.
Thorsten, something has happened. Thorsten's been attacked. He's very heavily wounded.
What?
I'm not sure he's alive.
Oh, that jump upstart who thinks he's so fucking smart. That's smart now, huh? That's horrible. I'll help him. And he's just like... All right, so, okay, boy, do you know how to administer milk of the poppy? He goes, well, yes, sir, but is that necessary? It's always necessary. Everybody gets milk of the poppy.
Product placement.
Yeah, right?
He touches you on the very gently on the arm with just a shake. Actually, it's not, weirdly enough, his hand not shaky at all, like dead fucking thing.
Oh.
This man is ancient, but obviously he's still got his shit.
Mhm.
And he just looks at you and goes, "Actually, you seem very stressed. You should take some milk of the poppy."
I am
Just a
fine.
twit nibble, and he just starts like pouring it out. He
I
goes,
just
"Here."
leave. I don't think
And
you
he-
can see me.
No, yeah. He's
So
like,
I
"Where'd
just
you
walk
go?"
away.
All right, well, more for me.
Oh my God.
Milk of the poppy is a cure-all. You just rub it in your wounds.
Okay.
Yeah. So Master Magoo will be working on all of you, assisted by Duncan.
God. What a night.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, you run out to go find Ashella. However, you do run into Orton and Henric. Orton's like, "Oh, Clarissa, I've abbreviated Lord Henric on the situation. Lord Tedric knows as well. He's letting us handle it. Henric just wants to supervise."
Clarissa, what do you need?
I'm currently going to find Ashella. Jaren is after the intruder as well as Crispin. They both have dogs. I think they'll be okay. The person seemed majorly wounded. I don't know where you believe you are best suited or needed, but if you would like to come with me, I favor not getting poisoned. So.
No, I would rather that as well. I'll stay by you.
Very well. Then if Lord Henric is going with you, Clarissa, I will stay with the situation personally.
Thank you very much.
I think nods, and yeah, you two run out.
Dream team.
Back at it again.
Hey, literally
Yeah.
dream team. Nice.
Yeah, Henric, you're like, who's Crispin?
Who's? Oh, Jaren, but Crispin? Never mind.
Oh,
Okay.
he's your cousin.
Henric, you're like, I do not have a cousin named Crispin.
No. There's only Darren. That's it.
Well, you have cousins. You have Darren and
No, but,
Kevin.
like-
But yeah, we have Darren, Kevin.
Sylvie's your cousin. Like,
Yeah, but it's like
The fuck is Crispin? Yeah.
The bastard one from your estranged aunt.
What?
Your first hearing of this, Henric.
Do I know I have an aunt? By the way, sort of. I have an aunt.
This is not how I assume your father or your mother wanted you to find out, but alas, you're a lord now, so you're gonna have to deal with it.
if only you attended lessons.
Mario's voice.
Genealogy!
Know your
Our
own lineage.
genealogy and our family tree!
Yeah, no, I didn't really pay attention to that.
That's true. I will say no one told Mariella, but Mariella did just find out by studying
Yeah.
genealogy,
Makes sense.
which Henric only has ever absorbed from what Mariella has said, essentially.
And even then, only half stays in between the ears.
Mariella's
Alright.
like, do you know we have an aunt? It's like, oh yeah, interesting.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, she's
I-
with the Mannings.
I drew a dragon.
Look at
Incredible.
Yeah, so you two are running off.
Yes.
So where are you going first, Clarissa?
Her rooms.
Her room. Absolutely. So you go to the room that Ashella was assigned. The door is locked.
Not anymore. I asked Henric to burst.
Oh,
it open.
I'm on it. Yeah. Press it down.
Yeah.
She's either dead in there or completely gone. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's the latter.
This feels really familiar to break down doors. What do I need to roll? This one?
Athletic strength.
I love this one. It's okay, great. Let's have athletics.
13. You run up and go, "Buh!" and the door like cracks and shakes. But you guys bought really good doors, so
Yeah.
that does
mahogany,
not
yeah,
does
okay.
not do it.
Mahogany.
Okay,
Mahogany.
second attempt.
Yeah, go for it.
Is there like a response after the first?
Yeah.
Do you wait for a response or do you just keep going?
I don't, but do we hear
There
it
you go.
while I'm talking?
Well, if you don't
Never-
wait, so let's,
we'll
let's-
never
do
never
it.
know.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Once again, you just fucking going in there. Yeah. After that one, however, I will say, as you maybe are gearing up for a third, the door will burst open, and a large man. He is like shaved head, bald. He has like a goatee. He's dressed rather nicely, and he just
Evil.
fully tackles you.
Oh God.
Like Henric. So let's see how this goes.
Mhm.
This is why we bring the boy. The boy gets tackled and I stand
The-
to the side.
Listen,
This is what I'm here
Listen.
for.
Watch
Very
this be
familiar.
fucking like Ashellika's lover.
Who the fuck?
Yeah.
all right.
Or potentially her husband. We don't know yet.
Maybe her
It
husband.
could be her
you
husband.
know.
There's so many people.
All right. This is
Also, none of you have seen Hallis. You don't know.
True.
Henric. Does that hit your?
It is her husband. Hey.
Does that hit your unarmored defense? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So he just tackles. He hits you in the like direct dead center with his shoulder, lifts you
yeah.
up, slams you on the ground, places one hand over and pulls a knife, and he just goes, "What young villain is this? Is trying to break into the room of my bride?"
What the
Fuck.
Why the
And
Does he speak in prose?
It's only
Elizabethan.
I will say, Clarissa, I know your basic awareness is insane. So
24.
you do notice on the side of his tabard is the symbol of House Bulwer.
Okay, yeah, I think she'll say, "Please, Lord Bull, we're looking for Ashella. We believe that she's either in danger or that something has happened."
He goes, "So you kick in the door? If you truly are
Yes.
servants of this house, would you not have a key?" And you're like,
Not right
you're like,
now.
Catalina has all the fucking keys.
Yeah, right. Not at the moment. I usually do, but not at the moment.
Prove
Not
yourselves
sure.
not villains. Like, let's and he just kind of looks down at you, Henric, and
So it's not villains. I'm the heir of this house. Get the fuck off me. Yeah.
all right. Are you trying to explain to him that you are Henric Weirlight, or are you just
In a
trying
very-
to attack him?
No, I'm trying to explain, but I guess in a very like aggro male kind of way. It's like,
Cool.
yes.
Are you just
all right,
like
cool.
flailing at him?
All right, cool. Persuasion, intimidation.
Ooh.
Okay.
Get him.
I just have
With
the
your
nude
nude-
for that.
With your new jacked blood magic muscles.
Oh, fuck yeah, let's see.
14. Yeah. And he kind of looks down at you, and he looks at all your accoutrement, and he goes, grabs you and pulls you fully bodily up. You shove him off when you get fully up, and he comes back and stares at you, and things together. It goes, well, I was under the impression that when you enter the home and accept hospitality of a house, they guarantee safety, not kick your door down. Is this how you treat all your guests, Lord Henric?
That may be true, but there is an emergency going on, and when our guest could possibly be in danger, then yes, that is how I go about my house.
Well, very well. He seems to accept that statement, and he goes, very well. What goes on with my wife?
There's an issue
Turn to
with
Clarissa.
her. Yeah, there is an issue with her guards. Is she here? Has she been here?
I saw her this morning when I arrived. Well, sorry, not this morning. I saw her just. Well, no, I haven't. Actually, hold on. I have to look at my notes. Sorry, I totally forgot. I didn't know you guys were gonna go here. Yeah.
And she's forgettable to him.
He goes, yeah, I have not seen her yet. I merely just arrived and wanted to be directed to her room. But I have yet to see her. I was making sure her accommodations were fit for a lady of her stature, and they seem to be, save for the company. But I understand this is a unique situation. How may I aid? So you're gonna look at this guy. This dude is pretty big, much taller than you, Henric. His pectorals are quite pronounced underneath his tabard dress. That is quite fine. He does wear the blood red of House Bulwer. However, he does have a small pendant of a sun, similar of the Ashfords, up on his shoulder. His hair, once again, like I said, is shaved. It has that darker spot to show that hair does grow. And he has a full manicured goatee. Doesn't come out though; it's quite shaved. So yeah, he looks at you too.
Do you know of her guard?
Of course. Which one? I sent one of my men, and she has one of hers.
I know the name Hallis. I'm not sure of the.
That's my man, my trusted man.
Can I do an awareness check on him? When I say the name, how does he do with his face?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is an awareness empathy roll.
Sure, I have 1 bonus die in that. I'm actually gonna spend the destiny now to get a second bonus, if that's all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. 17.
Wow.
Nice.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really good. Interestingly enough, it's kind of hard to read. But I will say, when you do say Hallis, there is a reaction. Of mostly of recognition of oh yes, Hallis. But there is something that when he reacted, he gripped something in his self. You don't know what it is. You're not sure. He's got a fucking great poker face. But Clarissa, I mean, I think that's a hint in itself. You are amazing at reading people, and the only people I think historically you've never been able to quite get a read on is Orton, who turned out to be a certain person, and your cousin Lars, not Lars, excuse me, Claude. Your cousin Claude,
also a bitch.
Your cousin Claude, and now this guy,
this douche.
Hey, 3 for 3.
I think when he's like, yes, that's my man, she says, all right, well, we are currently trying to understand the situation. If you can find Ashella, that's what you could help with right now.
Very well. I do not know this castle, though. It is
sure
much larger than one I'm accustomed to. I fear I would get lost without a guide. Ashella does enjoy the open air much more than she does enjoy the dank parts of the castle. Any place like that she might go. She is not at the hall at the feast. I had to get dressed. I was disgusting from the road. I'm still not even fully dressed. And you realize like he just has like pantaloons on, which are essentially like medieval underwear, and no shoes. He's like, I'm not even fully dressed yet.
That's great, actually. She not that we know of, and that's
Yeah,
fully
Henric,
alive.
you know Ashella. Well, Henric, you know Ashella not in the hall.
Okay. Yeah, because we saw her. So check the outside terrace of the garden center. Have you been outside there, Clarissa?
I was briefly outside. I did not see her there, but yes, perhaps it's best if you go and see if she made her way to the feast in between when we left the hall and you getting here.
What danger is she in? What is going on? I try to keep my manners in your home, miss, but I am tested at the moment. What is, if you could tell me the danger? Ashella is everything to me.
One of your guards, not Hallis, but the one provided by her house, has turned up injured. We do not know how or why. We know that Hallis is involved and that Ashella has been missing. As you understand, this has to be kept discreet.
He looks at you and he goes, yes, it would be bad for your house if this came out.
It would be bad for yours as well, sir.
He kind of looks, he puts a hand up, he goes, I'm sorry, you misunderstand my meaning. It would be bad, but I will, as honor as a Reachman, I will of course not spread gossip and taint. I'd rather Ashella is safe than anyone punished. I will comply with whatever plan you need me to do, as long as it will lead to my bride's safety.
I appreciate what you've said and know that that is our top priority as well.
Then we have an accord. Like, I must go to the feasting hall then. I do state embarrassingly, I know not the way.
Okay.
While the halls are not complicated, they are vast.
Give him like a quick direction of like
Yeah. He seems intelligent enough to like understand that. He goes, well, let me put pants on. And by the way, there's like a terrified female servant like who's way in the room, like what? And he's just like, Doris, and snaps at her, and she just like comes up with pants and lowers them, and he steps into them, and she pulls them up and does his belt and presents the boots and all the good shit. And Henric, you're like, yeah, that's how people get dressed. Yeah, Clarissa, you often dress yourself, but every one of the ones who has a last name of Weirlight, no one dresses themselves.
I dress myself.
Yes, you do, Thorsten, because you're the maester. Save you.
Technically, you don't have the last name Weirlight anymore.
It's true.
Also true.
That's also
yeah,
true.
so he will get dressed and he will head off to the feasting hall.
I think Clary, with Henric's new status, she never would have shared this before, but she gets really close and speaks really low and says, I'm not sure what the situation is, but there is something there that's not quite with him. Keep it in your mind.
I understand.
Alright. Would you like to journey out into the garden to see if they've accomplished their task?
Yes, that's so.
Yeah, there's a quicker way actually from this floor. You can go out to a balcony that will lead to a staircase that can go down, essentially. So it's like a private access, some private gardens that you can kind of go out. This place is very high end, very fancy. The guests really love staying at the Theolden Hall. But yeah, you can start to get out there and go there. It takes a bit to kind of maneuver from where you are. Vivienne, Tiedric, Mariana.
Yes.
Suddenly a man kind of comes like very hurriedly walking through the hall. He's walking with intense purpose. He's large, kind of older, probably like late, like, I would definitely say like older than like you, Vivian. He's like, late 30s. But still very strong looking. And he's wearing the blood red tabard, the symbol. I would say both Tiedric, Mariella, and Vivian all have high enough status to immediately know this guy's a Bulwer, which would mean this is Ormond. And he comes up to the table, and he goes, greetings all, apologies for my tardiness. He puts a hand on Ashella and he goes, my congratulations, sister. And she goes, oh, thank you, Ormond. Apologize for the tardiness, and he bows to all of you. He doesn't sit down though. And he turns to Ashlyn, and he goes, Ashlyn, brother, have you seen your sister, my wife? And he goes, I'm sorry, she hasn't joined us yet, Ormond. And he goes, damn. He looks pretty distressed. That all three of you sort of notice. And he goes, no one here has seen perhaps where she might have been or might have gone. Apologies to ask such things at such a great time, but I do worry for her.
Well, I don't think there's any reason to worry, my Lord Bulwer. There are many paths around the castle that many ladies try to find, enjoyable to walk upon. If it would ease you very well, if you would like to sit and join in the festivities, my daughter and I would be happy to traverse the palace grounds.
That is most gracious of you. I apologize. I have not even properly introduced myself. You must think me an uncouth bumpkin. I am Lord Ormond Bulwer, the heir of Black Crown, Lord Husband of Ashella, Ashford. It is an utter pleasure to make all of your acquaintances.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well. I think you will have a wonderful conversation with my husband, Lord Weirlight, here.
Yes, I would very much love to engage in the conversation and speak as well to my parents-in-law. And you see Lady Ashford is like, oh man, it's so good to see you. You look so healthy. You were so poorly last time I saw you. He goes, yes, I have recovered very well. But I would love to enjoy your feast, and I know I mean no insult to your house for wanting to find her myself, but if I might accompany anyone, I'm sure it is nothing but I worry for her.
Do not worry. I will go with you, and we shall go and look for her together.
Oh, Lord Tiedric, I could not possibly ask.
It's already been settled.
You do me a great honor, my lord. Thank you.
I will stand up. And I will wait for him to follow me.
He will. He will follow. Definitely not at your side. Definitely just behind you. And he goes, ladies, gentle ladies, gentle lords. Once again, apologies. This is a terrible introduction. And he will whisk off with Tiedric. Yeah.
Tiedric will take him back behind the area. And he will proceed to pick up his tower shield and bastard sword, attaching his bastard sword to his hip.
Yeah, you see, it goes. He definitely looks at that, and he goes, and he just kind of eyes go a little wide, like, oh, I see you are.
You can never be too prepared.
Apparently, my lord. Kind of just gestures for you to lead.
And would you have any idea of where she might like to go?
She's very fond of open spaces.
Open spaces. Very well. We shall head out.
This is the biggest trap I've ever heard of.
I mean, ladies, when Lord Bulwer comes out, did any of you want to try and read him or do anything like that? Yeah.
If I could, I'm not great at it, but I'll try.
Yeah, you can totally try. Yeah, it's awareness, empathy.
Get better than a 17.
Okay. $16. So Vivienne, this man seems distressed to you. And you're like, oh, well, he's looking for his wife. And you figured out, like, well, clearly if something happens to Ashella, the deal could go in.
The deal's gone.
The deal's gone. So he's just like, obviously he's worried, about the deal. However, Mariella, something's off about Lord Bulwer to you. You have Claude's kind of talking to you. This guy does sort of have an energy about him
Claude
that
vibes.
reminds you of Claude. And there is something about the way he speaks. You can't, there's something off. The way he speaks, the way he's acting. It's not that you don't think he's not concerned or anything, but there is a sort of, well, you're just not quite sure. Yeah, something's off about him. Yeah. Orton's people? Yeah. Yeah, you clocked one the moment you came in because one got your attention and looked at you, seemingly to make sure you were aware of them. It's a slender woman with slicked black hair, and she's wearing this kind of dark brocade like outfit, but she's one of like Orton's people. Yeah, she nods and gestures for like a place where you guys can talk, and we'll begin to move over there. Yep. Yeah, and right now, so you excuse yourself. Some other people are excusing yourself. People are going to the bathroom so they can go get more food and more wine. Yeah. Bodily functions, absolutely. Yeah. So Mariella, you go over. What would you like to have a word? I think I will just say, because I think of the recent attention you brought to Orton. I don't think you know this woman's name, but you could, and she would tell you. But she did specifically get your attention. I would say, Vivian, you also know of one of Orton's people in the room, but it's just not this woman. It's a young man with like a bald head, essentially.
Yeah, I get, because I rolled so low in my empathy. I
yeah,
don't know anything,
you're just like whatever, you fucking money grubber. You go panic.
Yeah.
Thank God for my husband, like not ruining the mood.
Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, you can call me Shay.
All right, Shay. There's something off with Lord Bulwer.
The man you just spoke to?
Yes, the man that just left with my father.
Would you like me to keep an eye on them?
Either you or someone, in case someone needs to step in.
She just nods and goes, "It's taken care of, my lady." And she will immediately go off down a hallway. Excellent. Oh, damn it. Vivian left. I had a thing for her. Okay, never mind.
I realized halfway through that I was
Aaron,
muted on the thing.
Oh God, Henric is also gone.
I'm sorry, you're stuck with Hedrick, Mariella. If you want a Weirlight, if you want
there we go.
an unconscious person, there's also them.
Okay, you're back. Okay, Vivian.
Yes, I'm sorry. I just figured since I didn't roll high enough in my awareness, I
literally switched right back over to you.
I'm so sorry.
Good. No, you're fine. Yeah. So Vivian, you're at the table.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, 13 is definitely high enough to read a lot of the Ashfords.
Okay.
Most of them seem pretty uncomfortable around Ormond. Ashella, Ashland, and Lord Ashford all looked uncomfortable that Ormond kind of came by. Lady, I will say Lady Ashford looks like she loves Ormond.
Well, she's drunk on orange peel, so
PC's true.
whatever.
Listen, absolutely.
When you make friends with Lady Primaris, every other lady just feels stupid to you.
Kind of, it's true.
Fermenting oranges. She would find a way to do it if she could.
You can. That's bitters.
Oh yeah.
So, given I think if everyone feels uncomfortable, Vivian's awareness of political situations, can I start a conversation with Lord Ashford and stuff?
Of course you can. Of course you can.
Okay.
You are easily his equal.
Okay. I guess if I could pull, because I'm already friends with Ashella, actually.
Yeah, Ashella likes you.
Yeah. So I think I'll start with Ashella then before I move on to Lord Ashford. I'll be like,
sure.
Is there Ashella, I couldn't help but notice. Is there something going on with Lord Ormond? I mean,
no.
I felt you were a bit uncomfortable, and you.
Are you speaking low?
I'm very hushed. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So she kind of leans in, and is like, I don't I will not speak ill in public, but
So we can take a turn around the room. If
I would like that. Mm-hmm. I think to walk off this pigeon, I think would be quite nice. Yeah, so you'll walk up and start to take a turn around a room.
Mm-hmm.
You suddenly feel just behind you, but at a distance where they couldn't hear you. You see Ashella's guard, that fucking bulldog of a dude, and then you see, of course, your guard, Micah. Yep,
my boy.
Yeah, you see Micah just with walking, and they looks like they're walking and talking.
Mm-hmm.
But they're there.
Yeah, trading pocket ham.
Yep. Yeah. So, what do you say to her?
Yeah, it's like I feel that your father and your brother and you yourself, Lord Ormond, seems to set off a bit of discomfort.
She nods. Yes. There's something. I've never been quite fond of the man.
Mm-hmm.
My father seems intimidated by him, even though he's a much lower status.
It's very interesting.
Ashella seems to almost brag about him quite often. So you can tell Ashella's holding something back.
Yes, I was like, dear, we are going to be family very soon, and I already consider you family enough. If Ormond threatens that, I would very hope you would trust me enough to let me know.
Okay, so make a persuasion convince roll.
I shall. Is she of status 4 or higher? Excellent. I forgot how to spell and don't know where persuasion is anymore. Sorry, that's not the correct roll. I forgot that you have to click the button next to it. So I have an additional bonus die in convince, and we'll roll it now.
Yeah, I'll just roll the...
So it's 27.
Oh, good. Yeah, so I will say that this is just a one go intrigue. You crush her. She already really likes you. So she goes, the negotiation with my father was strange. And my father seemed disturbed by whatever deal they made. For their thing. I recall it when I was younger. It's just, I saw him do something that I don't quite. I mean, you're going to think I'm silly, but I just don't quite understand.
Tell me anyway.
Well, I don't know. It seemed he spoke in a strange. I saw him speaking in a strange language once on a balcony, and I witnessed him, and he. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't really know what I saw. There was a flash of lightning. There was a storm happening, and after the flash of lightning, he just. Well, he must have left or something, because he wasn't there anymore. And I swear to you, there was I thought I saw a jackdaw flying in the distance, and I don't know.
No, a bird.
Yeah, a daw. It's true. Vivian's like Aminos.
Every so often, you channel your father.
Like I saw a jackdaw. But it couldn't have been, because I saw him moments later. But he sometimes he speaks quietly in a language I don't understand.
All right.
And he's quite kind to me. He doesn't do anything threatening, but he I don't like it when he visits the castle. He scares me.
No, I understand, dear girl. Never doubt a woman's intuition. I've learned that lesson very well.
Yes, he often when anyone mentions the seven, he seems to balk slightly to himself. He keeps it well, but I've seen him move the seven-pointed star behind things, and I don't know. It's strange. I've never been quite well. I will admit to you, Lady Vivian, I'm not quite religious myself.
Neither am I, dear girl. My family staunchly, and surprisingly enough, that has put me off of it for a bit.
Nods. He goes, there's just something wrong with him, and I cannot explain it. I've told Ashlyn, which is why he believes me. I don't believe in magic, but I do believe in the ambitions of men and the lengths they will go to keep power.
I understand. And you said your father was intimidated by it?
Seemingly.
All right.
Any physical threat I don't think would land well. I mean, my father, not exactly as peak as a warrior as your husband, but
he commands many a force, so.
But he's not a layabout.
No, he's not.
Bulwer's large, but I don't think physicality intimidates my father much.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Ashella.
Nods. Oh, I feel much better now walking. I think I will have another drink.
Treat yourself, my dear.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, so what would you like to do?
I said after that, I would like to pull Lord Ashford into an intrigue.
Okay, so I am going to have to cut right there.
Go ahead.
And I have to quickly move over. We've got that locked in. We're going to go to Henric and Clarissa. Are you walking to where you believe they were, or are you running?
Hustling for sure. I can't run, but I would tell Henric to run.
I would ask him to run, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So endurance running tests, please.
Sure. You're a buff boy now. Can't you carry her?
Hey.
Maybe let's see how high this is first. Maybe I could. Of course, I just jump on my back.
Hey.
Okay, that is actually higher than that is. I'm not going to tell you your bonuses right now, but yeah, I will say that is yeah, that's you. So technically you doubled because of the bonus I'm not telling you about. You technically doubled it, so you kind of crit. If you want, you could kind of hustle Clarissa along with you if you just kind of pick her up.
Like, sorry, and I just pick her up. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Clarissa, you're just like,
okay.
do you let it happen?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. So just
it's like fully carrying her. Yep.
Yeah, fully running. You're like, when did Henric get this fucking strong?
That I remember.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then you're like, oh right.
Oh, God.
Ah!
That happened today too. God damn it.
I don't have time to ask. I'll ask about it later. Yeah, we're still running.
Yeah, absolutely. So you come running around, you Clarissa, you're telling them where to go. You come running around and you see like, you know, the hedge area where they came around. You come around, it's like some hedgy parts, and then kind of like this open garden, and then this kind of like old this old setup building that you would kind of walk through, and so the top part is used for the like the bottom part is just like open chasm like pillars, so you can kind of walk around, but the top part is the actual building, and that's where a lot of the like gardening servants sleep. All the ones who tend to the things, they're all up there. And as you come into the open garden, and you're carrying Clarissa, you suddenly hear Jaren go, "Lord Henric, get down!" And as you come in, an arrow just sails out from somewhere. Stop.
We can't do those.
Oh yes, of course. Stop. All right.
It's not a trap if you deliberately walk after someone who's trying to kill you.
It's not a trap if we know it's a trap and we go in.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Henric.
Oh, damn.
Hi.
What is your combat defense right now? Is it 11?
Right now,
Got over those wounds real quick.
So he crit you.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I saw.
With 3 6s.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
Fantastic. So
Just
that
take a
is
wound. Just take a wound immediately.
So that's
I think
1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 degrees of success. So that is going to be forgot. Now we also got to go to the critical table. Here we go.
Oh great. Yeah.
Bloody wound. Your attack leaves a bleeding wound.
So
In addition to the damage dealt, your target gains 1 1 wound. This does not reduce damage. So you automatically gained a wound, but it doesn't reduce your damage. And now if you want to regard this,
doesn't that person have a wound?
Yes, they do.
And that was already accounted for? Just
so they're using an ability that allows them to ignore wound penalties temporarily.
Just market sure.
No, please always check me. I am a fallible being.
I'm just not sure how long the time span of that is.
No, I get you. So this is going to be. So I will say just the straight you gain a wound immediately, and the straight damage is 21.
Woo. Damn.
Okay.
Does the buff blood magic help?
I'm so Henric, if you take the 21, you're out.
I think
But if you want to take a wound, it'll just get rid of all of it. And then you'll have 2 wounds.
What does the second wound do?
It just means -2 dice to all of your tests.
Yeah, but what's your endurance, my bud?
Endurance is 3.
If you take another wound, you die.
Yeah.
3 wounds, dead.
Yeah. Also, if you lose your health, you're also out of the fight, and then the person who shot you gets to decide how you're out of the fight, which means if they're trying to kill you, you also die.
That's true. I think I'll take a wound here.
Excellent. So, Clarissa, you see this. And you just see an arrow go directly into the dead center of Lord Henric and out the back of him. It is a long shafted arrow, goes fully, actually it doesn't come out the back of him, it's just fully in him. And it goes deep. And Henric, you're just like you see Jaren immediately grab you and Clarissa and rip you down behind a hedge. Clarissa, you kind of tumble. Speaking of that, Birch is there. Birch is there. He's low. You see Crispin as well. Looks like talking to Gregus, who has a shaft of an arrow through his leg. Greg, he shot the dog. And Jaren is like, whoever they are, they're incredibly injured and desperate. They've set up in a position with this as a sniper. They must have placed a longbow up there or something. We can't get across the ground, and anytime we move, they shoot. I don't know how long they'll last. That blood, they're bleeding quite profusely. Whatever Nymora did to them, it's counted.
Okay. Can I remember anything about the situation? Like the grounds about, I know this place inside and out. Is there any way we can get there?
You do know the grounds inside and out. I would say that. So why don't you make a cunning test? What do you have? Do you have any? What are your specialties in cunning?
I have memory.
Then let's do that.
Beautiful. Oh boy.
Would stewardship count towards anything?
I would say not at the moment.
Sure. Oh boy. 12.
Yeah, are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be. I need that.
Excellent. Yeah. So basically every degree above 9 gets you something. So you succeed. You get 1 degree of success. So at 12, you're like, okay, I know this place. I've been in and out of here before. You don't talk to the gardening staff all that often, but you have been here before. If they're set up in like a room, basically, Jaren has kind of pointed out where they know where they are. If you can get behind the hedges to your left and into the kind of undercroft of the building, you wouldn't be able to be shot with arrows. There's the one problem is there is one slight opening that if they are good at what they do, and seemingly from shooting the dog and your Lord Henric, who is on the ground. Henric, how are you doing? What are you doing? Tell me about what's going on. You have 2 wounds, which means you are inches from death. What's going on?
Great.
Yeah.
But I think my mind is just, and you can correct me if this doesn't sound good. With like,
yeah, you go.
I don't know about any of the blood magic stuff or like why my body is feeling this way. But I think like with the new renowned strength, I just like I don't want to take the arrow out because Thorson. What I've learned from Thorson is you don't remove puncture wounds without him present. But I do try to like break off like just where like it is.
Yeah, you do. And honestly, you feel you're inches from death, but you're like, this is fucking inconvenient. You're low and you have an arrow directly in your chest and it's getting hard to breathe and you keep tasting blood in your mouth, but you feel fit and able to just do shit.
I will
this was my fucking wedding.
Yes. Wedding. Not anymore. Do this. I will crawl over to where person is. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah.
Birch is very upset.
Yes.
Can't believe he's not hurt. I was convinced I was sending him in there to die. God.
No, Jaren had a shield. His shield has a fucking arrow in it, I will say.
God bless your husband.
I know. God. Okay.
No,
I will with the big brain energy.
I will.
Do you tell the group?
Yes. Yes, I will tell them about the situation in the hole.
Yeah, Jaren kind of looks and goes, anyone who pops out of there is going to get shot unless we distract them. I'll distract them. I have armor on. None of you have armor on, and I will hear nothing of this. I will distract him. Crispin, Crispin, and Clarissa, you should go. If not to help, if just to get out of the way of shot. Henric will not move. Staring directly at you, Henric. I am your sworn blade, and this is what moment's for. I will give you a moment and a chance. You will take it. Is this understood? Kind of looks at everyone, and Crispin's just like, I'm gonna fucking slit his fucking throat.
I love you, Crispin.
Yes, I think we all agree. Yes, Henric?
Fine. All right. So, fuck. Am I just supposed to I only heard like half that. Am I supposed to just sit here then?
That's what Jaren is telling you what to do. You are your own person, and you can do whatever you want. This is a make 'em ups game, so.
This is a choose your own adventure.
Is someone go? So is someone?
This is your wedding event.
Yeah, Crispin and Clarissa are gonna dodge into the safe area.
Okay. I'm gonna go with them.
So you're gonna stand up to go with them, and he's like, "My lord, you have an arrow in your chest. I know. What you feel now is adrenaline. You are not fine. But so if you want to try,
and this is my." This is the day before my wedding.
Give me a status roll.
Okay.
This is you being like, I am lord of the fucking.
Yeah, this isn't a fair roll. You have 2 wounds.
Really isn't.
You do.
Oh, that's true.
It automatically removes them, remember.
So, Henric. So actually, I did not mention this. You don't suffer your wound penalties at the moment. So if you actually could re-roll that with all of your dice.
Oh, thank God for blood magic.
But for status?
Is it though? Because he's still bleeding. It's kind of that thing where your
oh, he's definitely bleeding.
Your brain has all the signals that keep you alive have turned off. That's what this feels like.
You're like, you barely feel it. You're like, that's annoying. It's like you don't feel pain. Because you don't. You're not in pain. You don't feel pain.
Look what you did.
It's just a pressure and it's weird.
I stand by it.
Yeah, 15. Jaren is like, very well, but you will go to safety and not fight.
Fine.
All right. So I will say at this point, Tidric, you have come outside with Lord Bulwer, and as you come outside looking around, what's your awareness, Jesse? I can't hear you.
Give me a second. Nope, wrong one. There we go.
No, that's his awareness. Give me a second.
3.
Okay, so that's enough to hear. You hear a dog barking really aggressively. It sounds like Birch, and you see the direction, and you hear the direction it's coming from.
I'm not sure if we found it, but we need to head that way.
Like, very well, my lord. And make an endurance running test.
Can I make a cutting test real quick?
To determine what?
I'm not sure I like this big, huge guy at my back.
Okay. You want to make sure, you're aware of him and at all times?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you make a cutting test, sure.
I mean, that's as good as it can possibly get.
Yeah. Tidric, no matter what is happening in the battle, you are very aware of where Lord Bulwer is, and if he does anything hinky, you will be aware of it. Big brains.
Hedric does use his brain every now and again.
But please make me that endurance running test.
Yes. Not as good.
Not as good. You begin to trundle over Buller behind you.
Gets awkward.
Not used to running in these hills.
It's also weird.
I'm used to running in armor. It just doesn't feel right.
You're used to running in plate.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are not your running boots. These are your jaunting boots, and it's messing you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will cut back to the group. Jaren is going to make a distraction. Then you three are going to run and move. So your test right now, you are either going to make an endurance running test or you're going to make a stealth test. Yeah, I'm guessing that's for you, Clarissa.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I would like both of you to make one of those tests right now.
Just straight stealth.
Do you have any? What are your specialties?
I've got blend in.
That's not going to apply.
Okay.
You also have bonus dice via destiny if you need it.
Can I use a destiny point? Spend destiny point to get an extra die on that.
You spend a destiny point to get your bonus die. Yeah.
Bonus die.
Absolutely. Sir Jaren, there you are, my love. All right. So I would like those rolls anytime you can make them. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Good work, Henric. Very good. And Chris, 16. Mm-hmm. Phenomenal. Yeah, so the TN is about to be set by Jaren. Because now he has to draw the attention. And there are two ways he can do this. He either has to make a bluff check, or a taunt check to get the person's attention, or he essentially, there's some. Listen, Jaren is a sweet and a great guy, but he's not the best at deceiving people. And he really wants to give you guys a really good chance. What are you gonna do, buddy? Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. All right, here we go. Let's see how this goes. 13. All right. Yeah. You guys are good. Because he just yells, "Go" to you guys, and then Jaren, instead of just popping out, pops out and sprints directly into the open. You guys go. And stealth, and the shadowy figure. Oh God, you're just burning everything, aren't you, bud? you got nothing left. Yeah, gonna burn it.
Took your blinding powder. We took your weird darts.
Mm-hmm.
Took your mouth poison.
Took your dignity. You're also taking ours, but that's okay.
Ours will recover, yours won't.
Oh, you burned too good. No.
Jaren, what is your? Oh, that's not.
Can Jaren spin Destiny because he's married to a character player?
Very important. Yeah.
He's very important to it.
He's married to Clarissa. Can he have a Destiny point?
Can make it.
He can have all my Destiny. Does he want both my fucking Destiny points? He can have them.
Well, unfortunately, that is not how that works.
God
So he's
damn
got
it.
some armor upon the Z, but he does have a bonus from his shield.
Okay.
And
Jared should have plot
unfortunately, that is a crit.
No.
Keep in mind that he can take wounds too.
He does.
Okay.
He can. This is a powerful hit. Your attack leaves your opponent reeling. Increase the base damage of your weapon for this attack by +4. So that means with 3 degrees of success, Jaren is going to take 33 damage.
Clarissa just might kill this dude like right out.
Yeah.
Like with her bare fucking hands.
Yeah, so that's 33 damage. So Jaren is not gonna take that. Jaren will take a wound. You don't see this, but you run out. Clarissa, are you just focusing on going? Are you hesitating? What are you doing?
Hesitating. He told me to go. I'm going.
Excellent. So you guys are go. What's happening with Jaren is what's happening with Jaren.
Can't see that.
Yep. So you guys run off. Clarissa, you're kind of leading the way. Crispin comes with you, and you guys kind of get by. So you're now going to have to run through this kind of shadowed hallway up into the stairs. For him to not know you're coming, you guys will have to make stealth tests, unless you don't give a shit about that and are just charging. What do we get? What's the mood?
My stealth isn't that good.
Uh-huh.
I want to kill someone. That's what the movie
I
is.
kind of want to just like straight up charge, hype on adrenaline stuff, but Clarissa is leading this, so if she like hesitates and like tries to like her arm out, I'll slow down.
What are you doing?
Clary's not dumb. She's gonna let the 2 boys go forward. If they're gonna charge, they're gonna charge.
Excellent. Okay, so Henric, make an endurance running test. Clarissa, make a stealth test. Same roll we just did.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Okay. Yeah. So you and Crispin fucking take off. And Clarissa, you point, I'm guessing, to the correct staircase. And yeah, all right, Henric, you're fucking Terminator. As you guys go up. Clarissa, you're moving more slowly. Now you got an 8, which is pretty low for Clarissa. Clarissa's really good at this. Why do you think your roll is that low?
It's Jaren. Like,
It's
she
Jaren.
wants to go look back and knows that she can, but that she still hesitates.
Excellent. Yeah, so you guys charge up. Tedric, you and Bulwer, chunk, arrive, and you see off to the left, it looks like a dog with an arrow through its leg. It looks very distressed. And you look over in a garden, you see Jaren. He's got a breastplate on, but not any of his other armor, like chainmail and stuff. He's got a shield and his blade, and you see there is an arrow, basically looks like it's in his mouth. And it came out, looks like the side back of his head, and it's just fully through. However, he is still standing and just screaming, and is now putting his shield up, and looks like he's trying to back off to the left to like some kind of cover. And you notice you look up with your passive awareness, you look up, and yeah, you see in the shadowed hallway there is a long bow basically pressed up against the corners. Something is going on in your fucking house right now. What would you like to do? You see the scene. You're sort of close.
You're not wearing plate armor, my dude. Remember that.
Yes, but I do have a tower shield.
He does have a tower shield. He has a shield literally the height of him.
I am going to put up that tower shield and start creeping towards Jaren. And
do you try to get like the sniper's attention since you have better cover?
Burn.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, okay. Absolutely. Can you make do you have taunt at all? or
I
or
don't
intimidation?
believe so. Let me get down here, figure out what I got. What would that be, Hunter?
Persuasion.
Sorry, that was me. That's me trying to click and unclick.
I've got
things.
That's me panicking.
Okay, so this is just then give me. Ooh, this is weird. This is weird.
Weirlight.
You know what? Yeah, I'm just going to. It's not a
Weird.
persuasion.
Let's get weird with it.
Let's go weird. Yeah, absolutely. I think that we are going to go. What do you have any specialties in shield? Any bonus dice?
Yes, I do.
How many?
2 to be able to wield a tower shield.
All right, then I'm going to ask you to make a persuasion roll with 2 bonus dice and just list it as shield.
Okay.
This is you taunting the sniper to go after you instead of Jaren. If you want to spend a destiny point to increase that by 1.
Let me double check on how many I got.
You can either spend a destiny point to increase that by 1 or just straight re-roll.
I think I'll do it to increase it by 1.
Okay. The TN was 9. You are a big scary target. So you just go boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So Bulwer immediately comes in directly behind you. You're very aware of him. You don't think he's about to stab you. You think, oh fuck, there's a sniper, and this guy clearly is a soldier, like he's been in a war. So he gets directly down behind you.
Mm-hmm.
This man has
Get behind the moving wall.
Yeah, exactly. He immediately, and you feel him grip the side of your belt, which is exactly what you do in a shield wall.
Yeah.
So
he knows.
Yeah, this guy seems to know what's up. And he starts going, hoo, hoo, and just starts making the noise because you gotta draw fire. That's the whole point of the shield wall. Yeah, Jaren kind of like looks off. He seems very injured, and comes off. Yeah. However, the boys, Henric, you run through a hall. Unfortunately, you see 2 of your gardeners. They're dead on the ground.
Oh no.
Or at least bleeding very heavily and not moving. One is stuck in the stomach and just going, and just looks like they were unfortunate to just be in his way.
Yeah.
So you run over. The one injured points at a door.
Okay. Oh, I'm rushing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Athletic strength, please.
Okay.
This door is not as cool as your doors. $14. Yeah, you obliterate it. You run up and just.
Wait, sorry, I rolled the wrong thing. I rolled awareness.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Is it the same roll?
Is it the same number of dice?
No, my athletics is 4.
Okay, roll athletics with your any bonus in strength.
Sorry. Yeah.
A's, they're right next to each other. Yeah, so still. Yeah, you burst the door open. It goes flying off its hinges, just boom. Immediately, you run in, and then you hear as a kind of it seems like a wire was just tripped, and a bolt flies from a loaded crossbow. Looks like this person prepared. So this is a pre-roll. Let's see how good if it hits you. I feel like 19 hits you.
Yeah.
So Henric, with with 2 degrees of success, that is going to do 12 damage to you.
You can take injuries.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like
you can take injuries to just to lessen that, essentially, and by a degree equal to your endurance.
Okay. My endurance is 3, so I think that would get it down to 9, which is my health.
Okay, you could then you would have to take 2 injuries, or here comes the weird blood magic shit. You could take another wound, which would kill you. But I will say, for narrative's sake, I will promise you something that is not your death will happen. And that is all I will promise if you take a wound.
Oh, it's another mystery box. Oh god. What is the
mystery box?
What is the
mystery box?
2 injuries do again?
It'll be a -2 from all of your rolls.
Minus double your endurance.
So
yeah, and which means you would only be able to take 1 more injury before a down, and then you still have to fight this guy.
Yeah,
and you have no armor.
You have the option of taking another wound in the future.
You can always fall back and let Crispin in.
Yeah,
that's true.
Let the maniac with the knife have at him.
You don't know who this is.
However, I will promise. I will promise, Aaron. I'm talking to Aaron right now, not Henric. We're disassociating at the moment. I promise you, if you take another wound, something other than your death will happen.
Okay.
It'll be pretty cool.
I'm sure it is.
Stop it. Stop it. You're the devil.
I'm not
he's the
opposed
stranger.
to taking another wound. I'm just nervous to take it immediately now. Because,
when are you gonna have another chance?
I might, depending if he gets another shot in me, you know?
Yeah. I'm just... Just right now, I want to know: will you take my deal or no?
I'll take your deal. I'll take another wound.
Yeah. So we see as the audience, fucking Henric, badass as fuck, bursts in the door, trips a thing, runs in, looks up, and a bolt goes directly into the center of your throat, and your eyes open, blood gushes from you. Your eyes begin to roll back. You suddenly get that sensation, Henric, of you suddenly start remembering like Mariella and your sister. Suddenly you have this memory of you jumping out of a window and sliding down a thing to get rid of out of classes. You remember dancing with Tisea, and just all these images are beginning to roll through your mind. And then suddenly you hear your own voice, but it's deeper, older, more masculine. And it just calls out in a voice that just says, no. And instead of falling, Henric then fucking WWE style just stands back with his back foot, falls forward, and you just pull the arrow out. You reach in and pull the one out of your chest and throw them on the ground. And Henric, you don't notice this, but what we see, there is no hole in his throat. There is no hole in his chest. And Henric, you suddenly feel a lot more tired, but a lot fucking angrier. As we see Henric sort of kind of melt down back into his like normal like normal self essentially, but his eyes are still like now blazing full red. And Henric, you can push forward. However, we will swift cut over to Mariella. Mariella, you're at the table, eating, talking to folk, thinking about Garland. And suddenly you feel an incredibly intense pressure in your chest.
Okay.
You suddenly you feel like you can't catch your breath, and you begin to like seize a bit, and you taste blood in your mouth, and you grab the table and you don't know what's going on. You're beginning to panic. Some people are looking over you and go like, Lady Mariella?
I discreetly put a napkin to my mouth to see if there's blood.
Yeah, as you put a napkin and open your mouth, there is a lot of blood. And you begin to feel like you can't quite catch your breath. You can still talk a little bit. So if you want to say anything or try to get anyone's attention or anything, if you want to, you can still move under your own power for the moment. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I think absolutely, like, excuse herself.
Yeah, absolutely. You can do that.
And GTFO.
Yeah, you can go. There's a big screen right to your left. You can just immediately go around. Yeah, you immediately go. They go around. What you start to feel blood starting to come like out of your mouth. Your eyes are starting to get bleary. Your limbs are starting to feel heavy. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to get a servant's attention? Are you trying to sit down? What would you like to do?
Because I don't know where the fuck Thorsten is. Yeah. I'm gonna try and get a servant to get me over to where Thorsten is.
Yeah, so you call immediately coming around the corner a servant, but you also see Constance, and she comes up to you and she goes, Mariella, what's wrong? And as you like go to speak, just a jet of blood just sprays out everywhere, and Mariella's eyes roll back into her head and falls into the pool of blood, and that is where we end our game. Thank you all so much for coming to see us. Please come next time, see what is the fate of Mariella, what is the fate of Henric, and what has blood magic wrought upon the Weirlights. Thank you again for watching. We incredibly appreciate anyone who comes to see us, whether on YouTube or live. And until next time, goodbye.